Hello children, we had completed yesterday the properties of air. That is, first one, air exerts pressure. So let's be continue with this chapter, and moving forward, the another property is air expands. You can see here, air expands and rises on heating. That means how we can say that air expands. Expand means phalna and rises on heating. So this is another important property of air which will help us understood various phenomena related to air. If air is heated, it expands. This means on heating, its volume or the space it occupies increases. The most common evidence of it can be observed in our daily life. Recall how the smell of your favorite food fills the room and makes you feel hungry. When it is being cooked in the kitchen, the smell of hot food reaches you faster than the cold food. This is because on heating, the air above the food item expands and reaches us quickly. We can also observe water vapor rising because air becomes lighter on heating. Warm air not only expands but also rises as it lighter than cold air. Warm air rises and cold air from the surroundings takes its place. This property can be explained with the following activity. We can also see that when I am giving an example of pressure cooker. When we put pressure some food for cooking in the pressure cooker and we heat it, then what happened? The whistle is going on after a few minutes. Why? Because the cold water inside the pressure cooker becomes warm and fill up the whole inside volume of the pressure cooker, and thus the nozzle becomes upward and whistle is going on. In the same way, an activity is given here. Make a fan from a sheet of paper, mount it on a knitting needle, light a candle, hold the paper for above the flame at a safe distance so that it does not catch fire. You will observe that the fan starts rotating. This is because on burning the candle, the air above it becomes hot and rises up. The colder air from the surrounding takes its place. It also becomes hot and rises. As this process continues, the upward movement of hot air rotates the fan. Thus, we can conclude that air rises on heating. You can see here a paper fan. This is kept or holded by knitting. What we can say it. This is knitting needle, and a candle is kept here on a plate so that it does not catch fire. Okay, this paper fan. When the flame is lighting, what happened? The air surrounding this flame is getting warm, increases up, and the cold air surrounding this flame comes out here to fill up this vacuum place, and so this process will be continue, and this fan or paper fan starts rotating. This activity proves that air expands and rises above on heating. And one thing I want to say that you have written the activity, this one. You always write, whenever you write the activity or drawing the diagram, you should write the underline, and first underline and then write the name of the activity or name of the diagram. Understood? Now another topic is air and wind. Air and wind both are the different things, because air cannot move around us. Air is present but we cannot feel. But when wind is blowing, we can feel it, because a cold wave is, or hot wave is passing through our body, or something becomes nodded. So air is a mixture of many gases and has a tendency to flow. Moving air is known as wind. The reason for this movement is the difference in pressure between two places. Air flows from a high pressure area to a low pressure area, forming wind current, just as in water current. Water also flows from high pressure to low pressure, and then it becomes the water current. The greater the difference in pressure, the greater is the wind speed. Warm air is lighter, so it exerts less pressure, whereas the cooler air, being denser, exerts more pressure. So whenever there is a temperature difference between two places, a pressure difference is created. Consequently, there is a flow of wind from the region of higher pressure to the one with the lower pressure. Let us now take a detailed look at how winds are created. You can see, you can have learned in the previous chapter, there's the land breeze and sea breeze. How sea breeze is created? When at the daytime, when the water becomes hotter. Water does not hot as much as faster than land. So land gets heated faster than the sea. So air pressure on the land becomes less, because the air surrounding the land moving upward on heating, and to fulfill that vacant place, air from the sea comes out there. So wind, or what we call wind current, is created from sea to land, and this is called sea breezes. Same way, in the night the land breeze is generated. Okay, next one is how winds are caused. There are two main causes of winds. Uneven heating, these are the reasons of reason of wind blowing. So first one is uneven heating of the earth between the equator and the poles. This is the main reason actually. Not all parts of the earth receives an equal amount of heat. Places that are near the equator receives a greater amount of heat from the sun, whereas the ones which are far away from it receives much less heat. This is responsible for day-to-day weather changes and the formation of wind. The air above the equator gets heated and rises. As a result, the air pressure is low in this area, and the cool air both from the north and south starts blowing towards it. Thus, a permanent wind circulation is set up from the north and south towards the equator. These are known as permanent winds. However, a change in direction is observed due to the rotation of the earth, and the wind's blow is an eastward direction rather than the blowing exactly in the north-south direction. Hot air that rises up from the equator eventually cools and becomes denser. It comes down near 30° north and 30° south latitude. You can see here the diagram of the earth. So this is equator, 0 degree, and what happened, this region, that is equator, receives more heat. Amount of heat is here more. So what air of this area heated and rises up. Okay, and then to fulfill this vacant area, the air from the colder region, that is north and south, it moves towards the equator, but it doesn't show directly from north to south area or south to north area, just due to the rotation of the earth, because at that time earth is rotated a little bit. That's why always the direction of wind is showing like from the eastern region, okay, because earth moves from west to east. You know that because you have already studied this in your geography. So this this air that is from equator, which was heated, it after getting cold, and it comes to the 30 degrees north and 30 degrees south. In this way, and this is called permanent wind. That means that flowing all over the earth and throughout the year, and this is called permanent winds. And this is the first warm air raises, and this one is the 30 degree and 60 degree, okay. And the second reason of wind blowing is uneven heating of land and water. Uneven heating of earth's surface is one of the main reasons behind the creation of wind currents. During the day, the air above the land gets heated faster than the air above the water. This hot air rises above the land, and the cooler and denser air from over the water starts blowing towards the land to replace it. These winds are called sea breeze. I have explained just now. So at night the land cools faster than the water, so does the air above the land. The air above the water stays warmer than over the land. Winds start to blow in the reverse direction, that is from land towards the water. These winds are called land breezes. So these are the both creation of uneven heating of land and water, that is land breeze and sea breeze and land breezes. A similar phenomenon takes place in the tropical region during summer. The land masses near the equator heat up more than the oceans. Thus the hot air rises up from over the land, creating a low pressure area above the land, and a relatively high pressure area is created over the oceans. Consequently, winds from above the ocean starts blowing towards the landmass. They carry a large amount of moisture along with them and are known as monsoon winds. These winds are responsible for bringing rainfall to India and the neighboring countries. The Indian monsoon is the most prominent of the monsoon system found in the tropical zones of the world. Which one is the tropical zone of the world? Can you say this? I will give this question in your assignment, okay, and you have to write this answer. So how many zones are divided earth? Earth is divided into 3 zones. You have to write that. Again, monsoon winds are similar to sea breezes and land breezes, but on a much larger scale. However, they differ from sea breezes and land breezes in the following way. Monsoon winds occur at the equator and in the tropical areas only, whereas land and sea breezes can occur anywhere in the world in coastal areas. Monsoon winds occur during a certain period of the year in a specific season, while sea breezes and land breezes are daily phenomena. You have seen that monsoon always comes in during the June month of the year, and June to mostly July. This is the main period of monsoon. And monsoon winds change direction with a change of season. For instance, the Indian subcontinent receives southwest monsoon winds during the summer, but it changes direction during the winter, and we receive the northeast monsoon winds during the winter. On the other hand, sea and land breezes change direction on a daily basis. Sea breezes blow from sea towards the earth during the day. It reverses the direction each night. land breezes starts blowing from the land towards the sea during the nights. So these are the 3 points of differences between monsoon and sea breezes. Okay, so this much is enough for this video. Next I will explain in our next video. Thank you. Watch it definitely till the end, because the assignment will be based on this video. Okay, your tomorrow's assignment. Thank you.